Hi everyone, welcome to this new video. Today I'm going to present sequence 3 from the third year English program, Me and My Scientific World. I'm going to show you how to proceed while presenting a new sequence. Don't ask your pupils to prepare the sequence at home because they have to deduce the topic of the sequence with you in class. So first you're going to show them devices like camera, phone, lamp, air conditioner, insulin, computer, and you're going to ask them what do these pictures represent. They're going to give you many words. Then you're going to tell them that these are called devices, not machines, not all the words they give you. So they are called devices, and you ask them to match the devices with their inventors. So you're going to mention the name of the inventors on a side and the picture sticked on the board on the other side. And then you tell them that the sequence 3 is going to be about all these devices with inventors and all information related to the inventors and to the inventions. And you give them the title of the sequence, Me and My Scientific World. And you explain to them that scientific word, the term scientific, is not only related to science, but also to physics, to medicine, to chemics, to language, to astronomy. Because when they see science, they're going to think that it's related to the human organs or plants or seasons they're learning in class in science. Just explain to them, this is very important, you explain to them that scientific word or the word science is related to many fields. It means in Arabic we say al-ulum. Then you're going to ask your pupils to try to give the difference between invention and discovery, and this is a very important point because most pupils get confused when it comes to the difference between these two terms, which seem really the same. So you have to highlight the difference between invention and discovery. You explain to them that invention is something which didn't exist before and someone created it. But discovery is something that exists and that people have discovered it. So then you're going to make a presentation of the sequence. You don't write presentation of the sequence because it's not a real presentation, but it's an introduction. So you're going to ask your pupils to draw a table on their copybooks with 3 columns: devices, inventors, and year of inventions. This way they're going to get familiar with the new sequence. After that, you're going to move to the initial situation. You're going to write it on the board and you ask your pupils to write it on their copybooks. So this initial situation is just a problematic that I present at the beginning of the sequence in order to make my pupils be ready to know what to write about by the end of the sequence. Its solution is going to be solved in the lesson of I Learn to Integrate or the lesson of I Think and Write. So here I have chosen to solve this problem in the lesson of I Learn to Integrate. That's why I took the topic of I Learn to Integrate and I put it in the initial situation. Now if you want to paraphrase, you are free. You're free to paraphrase the way you give the instruction to your pupils. The most important thing is that they're going to write a biography about a scientist. Here we have chosen Bourwiis because he is an Algerian scientist, but you can choose any other scientist you wish. Then, as you know, in the sequence we have skills and we have sub-skills. We have listening, speaking, writing, reading, which are skills, and pronunciation, grammar, which are sub-skills. I'm going to organize my sequence in the sequence map by the end of this video. I'm going to show you how to proceed. So I'm going to give you now the topics of the listening. So we're going to have a script about Bourwiis. So your pupils are going to know about his date of birth, his place of birth, father's and mother's occupation, his studies, and you're going to learn a lot of words like undergraduate studies, postgraduate studies. So these are new words for them. They're going to know what is like a degree, what is a bachelor, what is like masters. So they're going to PhD. So they're going to learn many words. And then you're going to have a script about Professor Habba, who is Algerian too, and you're going to they're going to listen to Ibn Khaldun, who is a Muslim Maghrebi scholar. Then now we move to grammar. As you know, in this sequence we don't have like lessons which have been removed. So we're going to deal with the past continuous with its three forms, the past continuous with while, and making requests with can and may, and relative pronouns who and which. So we're going to organize these lessons according to our scripts. Then in pronunciation, they're going to like learn the pronunciation of f and v, and we're going to like make a quick review of the pronunciation of the final ed, which has been dealt with in the previous sequence. Then I practice. In I practice, we don't have to give any lesson for our pupils. We don't have to present any lesson in this phase. We just have to give our pupils tasks on the grammar lessons or pronunciation lessons they have dealt with. Here you have tasks on the book. You have interesting tasks from page 95 to page 98. If you want to bring your own activities, extra activities, especially on accuracy, you're free. Then we move to read and do. We have two texts on page 99, which are not really interesting. So you can bring your own text talking about a famous scientist or a famous invention. Then I learned to integrate. So this is a writing lesson, but it has to be in a group work. So here I'm going to solve the problematic of the initial situation. My pupils are going to write a biography about any scientist or any scholar or any inventor you want. After this phase, you're going to move to I think and write, which is going to be a writing lesson too, but done individually. So here you're going to ask your pupils to prepare a brochure about Islamic scientific and cultural heritage. So they're going to like choose some Arab Muslim scholars and preparing like a brochure, preparing some biographical texts about these inventors, and talking about their famous inventions and career, as well as innovations and discoveries in various fields. Now we move to the sequence map. Now that I have all my topics in listening, that I have all my titles in grammar, all the lessons of pronunciation, I'm going to prepare my sequence map. Means I'm going to organize my lessons and my skills. So the first is going to be, we're going to start with the initial situation, in which we have to present, like to give a general idea about the sequence. I have showed you how to present the new sequence and how to deal with the initial situation at the beginning of this video. Then we move to the lesson of I listen and do, which is going to be a PWP lesson or a PDP lesson. Here I'm going to present biographical information about Dr. Bourwis. So they're going to listen about this famous scientist, and they're going to of course do some tasks. Most important task they should do is on page 84. Then we move to I pronounce. I pronounce is going to be integrated in the lesson of I listen and do. Here I'm going to present the pronunciation of f and v. After that I move to grammar lesson. It's going to be following PPU approach. It means presentation, practice and use. I'm going to make my pupils make requests with can and may. Then I move to I listen and do. Here I'm going to ask my pupils to gather information, biographical information about Professor Habba. You're going to see on the teacher's guide that the interview between the researcher and Professor Habba is like really long. So you have to divide the script in two lessons. So here in this lesson I'm going to present the first part only. and then I'm going to present grammar lesson. Then later I'm going to present the second and the third part of the script. So after this listening, I'm going to move to grammar, because in the interview of Professor Habba, he uses the past continuous tense. So I'm going to present this tense with its three forms, and then I listen and do. I'm going to make my pupils listen to the career of Professor Habba, so it's going to be the second part of the script. Then I'm going to present the past continuous too, with simultaneous actions with while. And then I listen and do again, and I'm going to make them listen to a script about the Muslim scholar Ibn Khaldun. And then since you're going to find many verbs in the past simple, so I'm going to present the pronunciation lesson as an integrated skill, in which I'm going to review the pronunciation of final ed. Then I move to grammar. In the script of Ibn Khaldun, you're going to find relative pronouns which and who. So I'm going to present the lesson of relative pronouns just after the script. Then I move to I practice. After doing all these grammar and pronunciation lessons, you're going to move to practice, in which you present to your pupils some tasks and activities. Then I move to I read and do. As I told you, you're going to bring your own text. You're really free. The most important thing is that it has like a relationship with the topic of the sequence. So I'm going to talk about an inventor or an invention, a discovery. Then I'm going to move to I learn to integrate. They're going to write a biography about a scientist or a scholar or a discoverer. And they're going to move to I think and write. Here they're going to design a brochure about Islamic, scientific and cultural heritage. And finally we have assessment, in which you're going to evaluate the learning process. Of course, assessment should not be done only by the end of the lessons or the sequence. It should be done like constantly throughout the sequence. That's all, my dear followers. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any question, don't hesitate. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment and share. Take care of yourselves. Goodbye.